Today we're going to be talking about Grayzone Warfare's secret vendor, Vulture, that you might not have even known existed. I'm going to be telling you guys everything you need to know about him and how to gain access to him in the first place. So, with that being said, how do you gain access to Vulture? Well, he's a little bit different than the other traders in the fact that you can only find him at certain combat outposts around the map. As far as I can tell, he will be at 2 of the major combat outposts and he will rotate on a weekly basis. As of right now, he is currently at OP Bronco and OP Westmore, and I believe he will rotate again on Monday. Now, most of this information that I've gathered is from Reddit and members of the community, so if you have any more information to add, please feel free to leave it in the comment below. One big thing I want to mention is the fact that he can only be at major outposts and not the smaller ones. If you don't know what I mean by that, if you look at the outposts on the map, you'll notice that some of them have 1 black dot in the middle and others have 3 black dots in the middle of the little triangle. The ones with 3 dots are the major outposts. So if he rotates on Monday and you go looking for him, don't waste your time with the small outposts. Another thing that I want to mention is that he's not physically at these locations. The first time I went looking for him, I ran around the OP like a big dummy until I realized that you just need to go to your vendor tab. I am a little slow sometimes, sorry. So that's basically a solid introduction on how Vulture works. Let's jump in and take a look at some of the things he sells and talk about why he might be worth leveling up to the max. But before we do that, I just wanted to let you guys know that if you ever want to know Vulture's location, I've went ahead and set up the command !Vulture over in my Twitch chat. Type that in whether I'm live or not, it doesn't matter, and it will tell you his exact locations, and I plan on updating this every time he rotates to new outposts. So feel free to use that resource as much as you need. It's kind of like the goons tracker that we have over on Tarkov. Anyways, let's go have a look at what he sells and talk about Vulture a little bit more. Okay, so we are currently in Westmore right now. As I said earlier, Westmore and Bronco down here by Fort Nerith. These are the 2 that currently have Vulture in them. I wish you would stop bitching behind me. I'm gonna turn my headset down, whatever. Anyways, but yeah, Bronco, Westmore, the 2 places that you can get to him right now. And as you can see, Bronco is hot. And Bronco has been hot for a while. Ever since he's been in this, outpost, it has been hot. So anyways, enough of that. What you're going to do is go hit tab, go over to your vendor tab right here, and then on the far right, you will have Vulture unlocked. It will no longer have the lock symbol next to it. So here we go. This is Vulture, and this is what he has. Currently, he is at level 1. You can get him all the way to level 4, and we'll talk about why you would want to do that here in a little bit. As of right now, the reason you would want to go to Vulture is because he is going to sell the items of, PMCs that have died and have not collected their gear. Okay, so let's say you go out, you die, you just randomly die in the forest, you fall over dead, you got poison, whatever, and nobody finds your gear. Eventually it will quote unquote despawn, whereas in the game and the lore, that means Vulture and his guys are coming to get it, and then he will sell it to you. So if we look right here, we got a bunch of guns, we got a bunch of mags, we got a bunch of gear. Sometimes you can find really good stuff, like this is one of the best helmets in the game right here. Unfortunately, I'm not going to pay 14k for that because it has nods on it, but if you wanted to get a good helmet, you could do that. I actually got one yesterday, this one right here. I was able to pick that one up at 95%. His prices are a bit inflated. I will be honest with you there. They are a bit inflated. Like $109 for a PMag is crazy, where you can go over to what's his name, Gunny, and buy the 32 rounder for like 100. So some things I would not buy from him for sure. Like I definitely wouldn't be picking up weapons and stuff like that. I'm gonna lay down because I think somebody is here. But yeah, I would not buy certain things. The only thing that I have kind of seen might be worth it is maybe you can pick up a good backpack or a good helmet, or maybe he'll have an M4 or something that's got like some nice attachments on it. They are pricey, as I said before, but maybe you find an M4 that's got a long barrel that you can't buy from a trader, or it's got a certain suppressor or an optic that you can't buy from a trader. Then I think that is how Vulture would be worth it. So essentially, he's just going to sell the stuff of dead players that never collected their gear. He kind of works like Max Fence over in Tarkov, if you guys are familiar with that. Now, let's talk about leveling him up and why you might want to do that. So, as far as I know, the only way you can level him up is by selling things to him. Scrolling through my stash, I don't really think I have things that he wants. So, at this moment, I'm not entirely sure what he wants to buy. Because I don't have anything that he wants currently. I don't know if he only wants like valuables, like the watches, the rings, things like that, but he currently does not want anything that I have, so I can't level him up. So if anybody knows the answer to that, please put it down in the comments. As far as I know, that is the only way to level him up. Now, why would you want to level him up? So if we go ahead and click right here, eventually you will see 1, 2, 3, 4 once you get him all the way. From what I've seen on, you know, Reddit posts, online, other videos, things like that, at level 2, I believe you'll be able to buy the MP7A2. That is different than the MP7A1 that you can currently buy, I believe, from Banshee. I think he sells it. But the A2, you're able to put on your own kind of foregrip. So the A1 has a built-in foregrip. The A2, you can put whatever you want because it has a rail there. Getting him to level 2, you're going to gain access to the MP7A2. Now, getting him to level 4, from what I've seen, level 3, you get nothing extra. But getting him to level 4 will give you access to the AK-308 and the magazines for it. So I personally have not seen one at all. I believe you can loot them out in the world, but I have yet to see one. So if you want to get your hands on one without looting or anything like that, you're going to want to focus on getting Vulture leveled up because, you know, once you get him to level 4, that's going to be how you do it. So there we go. That is what I believe is everything that we need to know about Vulture currently. To do a little bit of a recap, he's going to be at 2 of the major cops and it rotates on a weekly basis. Right now he's at Westmore and Bronco. He sells items of players who have lost their gear out in the wild. Once you get him to level 2 and level 4, you're going to gain access to some pretty cool guns. Right now I'm not sure the type of items that he wants in order to level him up. I would assume it's valuables, but I don't know 100%. And again, I will have a command over in my Twitch chat, !Vulture. You can type that in anytime, whether I'm live or not, and you will be able to know exactly where he is. I'm going to do my best to keep that as updated as I possibly can, so feel free to use that whenever you want. But there we go. That is everything we currently know about Vulture right now. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. If you guys found this useful, please do me a huge favor and hit the usual buttons down below. It would really mean a lot to me. We just hit 12K. I'm kind of pushing for 15K. I think that would be awesome. But either way, I appreciate you guys for watching the videos and sticking around. It really does mean a lot. I'm having a blast playing Grayzone. I hope you guys are too. And I hope these videos have been very helpful. But other than that, I will see you guys in the next video.